Welcome to our keto kitchen. Now today we're going to make Halloween chocolates. We're going to be using these Choco Zero milk baking chips and white chocolate baking chips. We've been using Choco Zero since March. I like it because there's no sugar alcohols. Instead, they sweeten with monk fruit and resistant dextrin. Now, what is that? Let me explain. It's a soluble fiber that's processed in a way that it doesn't impact your blood sugar. They make theirs from non-GMO, which is important to me, corn. I've already set up all the supplies, so let me show you. There's some cute varieties. We're going to make 3 different types. Milk chocolate, white chocolate, and orange pumpkins. Let's start with the milk chocolate. There's only going to be 3. Now these are really flimsy, so make sure you put them on something sturdy and flat, like a cookie sheet. Now we're going to prepare the chocolate. We're going to melt it, and then we're going to pour it in pretty quickly. Now I've already measured the chocolate chips. It's half a cup. Going to melt the chocolate in the microwave at 50% power for 30 seconds. If you heat chocolate too long, it'll seize up. It'll get all hard and lumpy. I'm going to heat it 30 seconds more. Yeah, it's starting to feel warm. So you want to do it in 30-second intervals. 30 seconds, stir, 30 seconds, stir until it's melted. We're going to add in 2 tablespoons to each shape. Now, I've eaten keto for 7 years. After I lost 100 pounds, Dale decided to join me. Altogether, I've lost 150 pounds. And Dale has lost 60. Keto desserts are important to help Dale stay on track. He has a small dessert in his lunch every day. Now let's make the white chocolate. Skulls, ghosts, and web. I've used a half a cup and a fourth a cup for 3/4 a cup. Now white chocolate can seize up easier than the milk chocolate. So you really got to be careful. Remember, 50% power for only up to 30 seconds. "30 seconds more at 50% power." Yeah, this is starting to feel warm. Again, we're going to do 2 tablespoons for each shape. My way of keto and Dale's way of keto are very different. I focus on whole foods, meat, vegetables, seeds, nuts, and oils. Dale, he needs a variety of keto things. Breads, keto cookies, keto chips. That's what helps him feel satisfied. I love meat and vegetables. I love my coffee with coconut milk, chia cereal, avocados with oil. That's what satisfies me. Keto cookies, candies, and breads and things, they don't leave me satisfied. They actually increase my cravings. So we do it. Coming up with keto versions of things like bread, desserts, and cookies, it's real important for Dale. So do what works for you. Now this one we're going to dye orange. In the past, when I've added food coloring, after I've melted the chocolate, it is immediately seized up. So I've learned to add the food coloring before I melt it. We're just going to use a smidge of red. We're going to add it with this toothpick. Again, 50% power for up to 30 seconds. Nothing's happening yet. Now, Choco Zero on their website has a lot of helpful tips and information. That's where I learned how to melt the chocolate at 50%. They also have recipes. Yeah, it's starting to feel a little bit warm. "30 seconds, stir, 30 seconds, stir, and repeat." Forgot to tell you, I used a 1 cup and a half a cup for 1.5 cups. Now it's feeling warm. This should be the last time. Again, 2 tablespoons. But if you want to decrease it to 1 tablespoon, that's fine. I just felt like the details of some of these were too raised for 1 tablespoon to work. So I decided to use 2. While those are getting hard, let's discuss what motivated me to eat keto. Now, in 2011, I was hit by rheumatoid arthritis. It really knocked me out. And it came out of the blue. For a year, we struggled to find the right medicine to help me, and I suffered. I even became dependent on a wheelchair and a walker. You know, the kind that has the seat. Finally, we found the right medicine, but I was still limited by my weight. It really held me back. And in 2016, I'd had enough. I was determined to do whatever it took to get back my mobility. Now, I knew keto was the key because in the past I had lost weight on keto, but I stopped doing it and the weight crept back on. At the time I got fed up, Dill just happened to be visiting his mother. So I went through the house and all of the non-keto food, the cookies, the bread, the chips, the sugar, the frozen pizza, all of it was out. I kept my freezer full of homegrown vegetables, oils, spices, coffee, heavy cream. All these ingredients for baking, I hadn't yet discovered all these recipes. That day, I took my walker and I walked the 1 mile to the closest grocery store. I bought my lunch, which was the meat, and I walked home. I was determined. From then on, for 1 year, Dale would go to work, he'd take care of his own breakfast, eating at McDonald's. I'd get up, I'd have my coffee, which is still what I have for breakfast now every morning. When I was able, I'd get dressed I'd get that walker and I'd walk up to that store. I'd bring one of these collapsible coolers with me. And I'd pick out 1 day's worth of food. Everything was individual serving size. Now, quite honestly, I don't even remember what I fed him for dinner. But everything was individual serving. Like for lunch, for the next day, it would be like a single serving bag of chips, like a single cookie. I'd go to the deli and I'd get like 1 roll, a little bit of ham, a couple of slices of cheese. Everything was individual, even down to things like an individual cheese stick. That's what we did. Every day for 1 year. If I didn't walk to the store, we didn't eat. Now, Dale could stop by fast food, but I wouldn't have anything. That was my motivation. Now, 4 years of struggling to walk, how was I able to walk 2 miles every day to the store? Well, when I get home, I would have to ice. I would ice my knees, I would ice my feet, I would ice my ankles. But the weight, it just melted off. In 1 year, I lost 100 pounds. Dale never complained. He didn't change the way he ate, but he was very supportive. Now, at this point, we didn't have a house full of hungry teenagers anymore. The last kid left in 2016, so I had a lot of flexibility. After a year and losing 100 pounds, Dale decided he wanted the same thing, and he joined me. Now, Dale is a type 2 diabetic, and he was controlling it through metformin. But his doses were going up and up and up, and his A1C was climbing. Soon he was going to have to be put on insulin. This was the time for change. Dale lost weight, 60 pounds, normalized his A1C, and has never needed insulin. Now, he still takes metformin, and I still take a weekly RA injection. Keto isn't the only thing we do. It's just part of the solution. Now, this is not medical advice for you. I'm sharing our story, our experiences. Please check with your doctor. Let's check on the candies. Because these are thin and curved, they were very easily to pop out. But these that had like the more up and down walls, they were a challenge. It needed to be a little bit thicker and stay in the freezer a little bit longer. But I think they're cute. Let me show you. I'm going to put them back in the freezer, and I'm going to prepare some bags. I tend to store things in individual serving sizes. That helps us control our portions and be more successful. These are just simple Walmart snack baggies. I need 18. I'm going to put several in here for Halloween Day. I'll give this to Dale. Wrapped in foil, that'd be cute. This is fun. I keep Dale's candy in the freezer. Thank you for visiting our keto kitchen. Now next Tuesday, we're going to make Halloween cookies. See you later. Bye-bye.